Breaking news in a complete shocker. The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Michael Malone just 3 games before the NBA playoffs. What the hell is going on in Denver? I'm Trevor Lane. This is the Basketball Bulletin. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Take a look at this right here. This is Shams Charania. I had to check 15 times to make sure that he wasn't hacked, that this wasn't one of those fake accounts or something like that. But this is real. Shams Charania reporting the Denver Nuggets have fired coach Michael Malone. Sources tell ESPN days before the NBA playoffs, the Nuggets dismissed Malone in a meeting today. Malone is the winningest coach in franchise history since being hired in 2015 and led the Nuggets to a 2023 NBA championship. We're talking about 2 years ago. He won a title. And it's not like the Denver Nuggets have been bad. We're seeing this happen. What happened with the Grizzlies happen all over again here with the Denver Nuggets. But now even more mind-boggling that this is happening right now. Obviously, there is something we are missing here because on the surface, Michael Malone was a beloved coach in Denver. Things were not working out perfectly this season, but I think no team was excited about playing the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, particularly with Nikola Jokic. So there is something to this story missing, but this is a complete shock for a head coach to get fired. Oh my goodness. And now we've got breaking news here as I'm recording this. Shams Charania also reporting, guess what? There's more, that they're cleaning house in Denver. Also firing general manager Calvin Booth. Michael Malone and Calvin Booth both out in Denver. Again, we can argue about whether or not this is the right decision for the Denver Nuggets, whether this kind of a shakeup was needed. But the big question is, why now? Why not? Why 3 games? The Nuggets have 3 games left before the playoffs. Why do this right now? Clearly something is amiss in Denver. Take a look at the standings here currently. You take a look at where the Denver Nuggets are at. Are they having the kind of season that they wanted? No, they've lost 4 in a row. They're 47-32 on the season. They're the 4 seed in the Western Conference. I'll tell you, that's not bad. That's not like they're having a horrible, it's not like they're in the play-in or something. It's not like they're the Phoenix Suns spending all this money and sitting outside the play-in right now. It could be a lot worse than the situation the Denver Nuggets are in. Now, if you look at their cap sheet, all right, things get a little bit tricky there, but still, you've got Nikola Jokic. You've got a guy who maybe could win MVP. He's not the favorite, SGA is, but you've got Nikola Jokic. You've got Jamal Murray. He's dealing with a hamstring issue right now, though. And we talked about that a little bit yesterday. And then you've got plenty of talent. Aaron Gordon is having a fantastic season, the best three-point shooter in the NBA. Where did that come from? Denver's defense has not been good, but still, it's not like the Denver Nuggets are just going down. They're not a sinking ship currently when you look at this team. Again, yes, they've lost 4 in a row, but they haven't had a full team during that stretch either. They've been missing Jamal Murray, and that's certainly part of the issue. But you look at what they've done last 4 games, not great. You lost to San Antonio. You lost to Minnesota in double OT, and that was an incredible, epic game. But you lost to Golden State. They're playing great basketball right now. And you barely lost to Indiana. So again, why now? And the San Antonio loss, they didn't play all their guys. So why now? Why is this happening now for the Denver Nuggets? Clearly, someone within the Nuggets organization must feel that this team has to make the change now, that things were wrong enough in Denver that they simply could not proceed with the current group in place. Now, Shams also adding that David Adelman will serve as the interim head coach. He's very well respected around the NBA. Maybe he winds up getting the full-time head coach gig. Let's talk about that in just a minute, as well as where things go from here in Denver. We'll get to that right after this. The NBA playoffs are right around the corner, and there's nothing like seeing a playoff game in person. That's why I'm thrilled to have SeatGeek as the sponsor of this video. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Right now, you can get tickets to the MLB season, and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. And I love going to live events using SeatGeek. For me, it's about the value. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So you look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. I love that. Takes all of the worry out of buying tickets. And I came through for you guys. Use our code Bulletin10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code Bulletin10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Again, big shout out to SeatGeek. Super thrilled to have them on as a sponsor for the Basketball Bulletin. All right, let's get into this here. So we've got the Denver Nuggets currently sitting as the 4 seed in the Western Conference. Let's take a look at what their schedule has up ahead here. They've got the Sacramento Kings coming up tomorrow. We've also got the Memphis Grizzlies, and then they finish things off against the Houston Rockets. So these are 3, playoff. One, the Sacramento is a play-in team, but these are 3 difficult games to finish out the season. Houston, by that point, may very well have the 2 seed locked up, but you're going to have a battle on your hands. In Memphis, you look at the standings right now, and the Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Wolves, all 5 teams, which is absurd in the West, all 5 teams tied in the loss column with 32. So the Nuggets have some really big, really important games coming up, and if they don't win them, they could be the team that finds themselves in the play-in. Any of those 5 teams, if they stumble at all over the next few games, could find themselves being the team in the play-in. So obviously there's urgency to avoid the play-in right now. The question becomes, what is Denver going to do moving forward here? Obviously, making this decision now and not just waiting until the summer says that they didn't feel like they could win as things currently sit heading into the postseason. They had to shake things up, and they had to do something to try to change the course that they're on right now. We saw the Memphis Grizzlies do the same thing when they fired head coach Taylor Jenkins. Again, that was a surprise, and that was, 9 games before the playoffs. Now we're 3 games out, and the Nuggets fire Michael Malone, who won them an NBA championship. I mean, again, absolutely unreal. I still can't believe that this is what happened here. Now, let's take a look at this. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. That's the core that this team is built around right now. That's the core currently. You've got Jokic, Murray, Porter, and Aaron Gordon. They're all locked up long-term. I wonder if this could lead to some future moves here. Could this lead to them breaking up this core group of players? That certainly could be in the cards now. I'd imagine Jokic is not going anywhere, but could this lead to a Jamal Murray trade? Jamal Murray just got a big new deal last summer. Could this be where that heads? What about Porter Jr.? There was already rumblings that Michael Porter Jr. could wind up getting traded at the trade deadline. There were talks about could he be packaged in a deal for Zach LaVine? Could that be the way to go? Aaron Gordon, he's having a great season, but obviously they're not happy with the way things are going in Denver. And where this leads, I would imagine if the Nuggets don't turn things around really quickly and make a run here in the playoffs, we'd be talking about some roster changes, some significant roster changes. You look at the way things currently sit salary-wise, they are over the first tier apron. They were their second apron space is there, but this is a team that has been very expensive. They've had to make some very difficult decisions. We saw Kentavious Caldwell-Pope leave. We saw Bruce Brown leave. That's part of the new CBA, forcing teams to make difficult choices. And they're fairly top-heavy with this roster. Not a lot of depth because you've got so much money committed to Jokic, Murray, Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon. That doesn't give you a lot of leeway. Zeke Naji is a player they've tried to move, but not a lot of takers out there for him, given that $8 million and just how much he's got moving forward into the future. It is a declining salary, but still $8 million. Then you've got a player option at the end of it, $7.5 million the season after that, $7.5 million again. It's not crazy money, but teams don't want money going into the future. You've got player options for Russell Westbrook, for Dario Saric. So there's not a lot of flexibility built into this lineup and not a lot of depth. Deron Holmes getting hurt before the season even started. That didn't help the Denver Nuggets. But where they go from here, right now, there's not a lot of roster flexibility. We're probably looking at them having to move off of one of their core 4 if they really want to do something significant in terms of either opening up flexibility for other moves or just swapping out some pieces and trying to add some depth. Could you turn Michael Porter Jr. into, say, 2 very good players? Is there a way to do that? Turn Michael Porter Jr., who might have a higher ceiling, into 2 players so you've got a little bit more depth. Maybe there's something the Denver Nuggets can do there. But it's a tricky spot that Denver is in. Again, I am completely floored. We're reacting kind of on the fly here that the Denver Nuggets have fired Michael Malone, Calvin Booth, and all of this happening. Again, This is the kind of thing you do over the summer. This is a summer move. This is the kind of thing you do over the summer because this is a seismic shift for the organization. So now what happens? Does this springboard them into a deep playoff run? And if not, then what was the point of doing it now? Clearly, there's pieces to this story that are missing because to fire a head coach that's won a championship for you 3 games before the playoffs, the Memphis Grizzlies fired their winningest head coach ever 9 games before the playoffs. Now the Denver Nuggets do it 3 games before the playoffs with Michael Malone. The NBA is wild, everybody. The NBA is wild. Give me your thoughts in the comment section down below about what the Denver Nuggets are doing and what is happening here. Do you think this is the right call? Let me know. Till next time, everybody. See ya, and stay safe.